Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special video for you today because one of us got to play Metroid Prime 4 Beyond at the Switch 2 Experience in Los Angeles. Can you guess which one of us it is? Because it's not the guy who has loved Metroid ever since he was a wee baby. It's Alan.
It was me.
Hi, Alan.
Hello. Hi. I played it. You did it. Ha!
This looks so good.
Dude, Joey, you're missing it.
Yeah, that's right. Alan got to play Metroid Prime 4 Beyond, and we just got a bunch of questions from Twitter, Blue Sky, the YouTube comments. But before we get to the questions, Alan, I'd love to ask you just your general, quick takeaway from the demo that you got to play. How did you feel about it, especially as someone who's not, the biggest, or at least not as big of a Metroid fan as I am?
Almost non-existent for me. I got to play the remaster. I played through Dread. I played the ones back in the GameCube as well. I like it. I thought it was really fun. Overall, Nintendo's whole experience, my impressions are good. They had plenty enough TVs running. I didn't even notice this until the end of our sessions that it was a sequential demos of different performance modes for Metroid Prime. So I was able to get some recording footage, and you're probably seeing it. Joey's gonna show it, but it's from the 60 frames per second mode. We had another friend, Joey BlueJ, shout out the boy. He got to check out the 120 hertz. I liked it. The impressions of it, it looks god tier. I'm so excited for it. I wasn't really sold on it at first, but I was just probably gonna borrow it from Joey, to be honest.
Wow.
I ended up
you're
really
so cute. You think I'm gonna lend you my copy of Metroid
with the
Prime 4
Nintendo
Beyond?
Switch's new ability to let somebody borrow your game digitally for 2 weeks. Yeah, I was kind of expecting that.
I still don't understand how that works.
You gotta be within 10 meters of each other, and then you gotta go, hey, I have one, and you go, I don't.
Our restraining order says that you can't be within 5 meters of me, so we can work something out.
Love has no distance, my friend. Love has no distance.
Happy for you got to play it.
Thank
you. This brings me to the first question. Napping Rat asks, how does Metroid Prime 4 look and feel compared to Metroid Prime Remastered on the regular Switch?
Night and day. Night and day.
Really?
I was just watching because I wanted to see a little bit more. I was getting a little curious. On the way back, I was watching the comparison videos for the graphical output for Metroid Prime for the trailer when we first got to see them going through the military base. And then I saw the comparison to what it looks like now on the Switch 2, and it's insane, the difference. I was just overloaded. I was just looking at everything as I can. I was like, this is actually exactly what I wanted to see to convince me to play Metroid.
I've been saying for ages, before Metroid Prime 4 was even announced, right? I want Nintendo to bring back Metroid Prime to show the people what their franchises are capable of. They're not just they don't just have to be restricted to cartoon aesthetics and whatnot. Not to say that that's a bad thing, right?
No, yeah.
But I always felt like Metroid was kind of the most mature kind of game in their repertoire until, Famicom Detective Club MEO came out and
exactly.
just was dang. But yeah, so it's just cool to see I wanted you to talk about this some more. Seeing the opening of that game with Samus. Did you get to see that cutscene?
Yes. They let us watch the cutscene. So each demo was 15 minutes in length, or if you can fly right through. The guy that was there showing us the second playthrough when Joey BlueJ was playing through, shout out Joey BlueJ, we talked to him and he was like, yeah, somebody in New York got to finish the demo in 4 minutes 36 seconds, but I jumped in and got it 4:05 seconds. I was like, all right, cool. That's awesome. Cool. I love the idea that there's going to be some sort of speedrunning community for even this game. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
There's some pretty good tech that you're going to be able to play with, I think. That's what I'm super excited about. Even as somebody who's super surface level as me for a Metroid type game, I think it was really fun, and I feel like you're going to be able to go through this level again the same way that people go through Halo 2. You jump in, you're just immediately just thrown right into the game. The tutorial, I don't know how long it's going to last or if it's going to get more throughout, spread out later, but it did a really good job condensing it within a possibly 15-minute time space.
Azure Pip, another YouTube member, FerrisWheel member, asked, are the mouse controls preferable over regular controls?
I cannot ever see myself not playing it with mouse. Oh my god. Like legitimately, like I got a little uncomfortable in some of it because sometimes you want to be really like quick, and sometimes I feel like the because I tried it with a couple other games during the experience, the mouse controls. Sometimes it can be a little finicky, just with how fast you are moving it, and I feel like in some of these quick situations it might be a problem. But the cool thing I noticed on there, and the person and the demo pointed out to me, you can just lift the controller. Like, it was so insanely how quick and intuitive it was, where you just lift it and it's back to being a normal controller. It was so cool. Blew my mind. I think that was probably one of the biggest moves that they ever did, was just adding the mouse controls. Because I, as a person who plays PC a lot, I play a lot of everything. PC games are really difficult. I don't really play mouse and keyboard as much, just because I've played controller my whole life. So I try to play it, suck miserably. But this is a really fun middle ground, dude. Like, they actually found this, and when I played it, I was like, what else can they do this for? I want to see like every first-person shooter have this. I want to see games like Bulletstorm have this. I want to see them introduce like a Halo game or something, some Call of Duties. You can't let it go when you play it. I can't wait for you to try it out.
We have another question as well from Dork on Demand asking, did you get any feel for the gyro pointer controls? If so, how do they compare to Metroid Prime Remastered?
I got to play a little bit of the normal controls. I played the gyro aiming, which was very interesting. That one, I still don't feel like the confidence is there for a gyro full playthrough, unless you were very crazy. The final boss of the area was this giant creature that had like these like 4 Metroid sacks like on the sides of them, with 2 shields basically going like this, protecting themselves. I'm sure you'll find the footage out there.
It's here. It's right here. You're watching it.
Wow. Oh, hey, look at that. So what you want to do is specifically, it's a test to show that you're going to probably have to do this feature a lot, where you lock in on something and you're going to see 1, 2, 3, 4, or a different sequential thing where you're going to have to shoot in different orders or something. And this is the level to teach you how to do that with the gyro controls. You know what I mean?
You can also do that with the mouse controls, right?
With the mouse controls, yeah, you could still like, you know what I mean? Like you just mouse left, right, up, down.
I see what you mean.
I didn't like it with the mouse and keyboard or mouse mode to legitimately like have to go boom, 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 boom. Probably, like, again, it has to do with the urgency probably. I don't know how it's going to be when it's fast paced. This is tutorial. This looks like it's a really easy to learn tutorial to show you how to do it in every mode. I'm talking your normal controller mode, gyro mode, you have your mouse mode. All 3 of them look like they have their benefits, and some of them have their little bit of faults.
I forgot to ask, did you play with the Pro Controller as well?
I did not get the chance to play with the Pro Controller, sadly.
Okay. I don't even know if they had those available for that game in particular.
We got to play the Pro Controllers while we were there at the experience. It was
I want to know about this.
Controller is fantastic. I was on the camp that I was going to keep my previous Pro Controller because that thing could last a bombing. But this thing, the new one, has a very nice feel. Like that's
good.
Yeah, it's the evolution of the Xbox controller to the Xbox Pro controller kind of vibe. Colored me impressed.
Moving on to the next question we got. This is from General CJG. Do Samus's beam shots, especially the charge beam shots, feel satisfying when you shoot enemies, or do they need more visual tuning to make them feel more impactful?
That is interesting. Great question, by the way. Fantastic question. There was not a fight that I was not charging the whole time.
Right. I see these people play this game and they're not charging their beam, and I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah, they just go.
That's like the only way for me to play.
It's not Mega Man. It's not Mega Man. Charging is more fun. Charging was more fun. It's more of a challenge too. The boss battle was really interesting because you wanted to probably just wear him down since he had 4 of the Metroids on his sides, essentially. Or whatever those sacks are. I saw on my side, I was doing the charge and I was doing missile, because you would beat the sacks and then he would open up his stomach to have like a really powerful one, and he starts shooting beams at you. But I noticed that the charge and the missile was made specifically for that portion. I noticed other people probably were using like just a pew 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 method, and just shooting, which is also not a bad way to play. Playstyles are going to be varying, and I think it's really fun, but I do like the charge shot the most.
Another question. This is going to be our second to last question, from a Mr. Tom Arnold, another friend of the show, another YouTube member. Tom, has scanning aged poorly, or like a fine wine?
They didn't have too much to scan. This was just the tutorial to show you how to scan. You would just scan the door to activate.
You can scan
lights.
everything. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right. I must have missed that, I guess.
I forgot to ask you to scan one thing. I wanted you to scan one thing, but I forgot to ask you about it. So
Well, I scanned the door. I'll tell you about the door. It's sturdy. It's metal.
tell me the lore of the door. The door
It
lore.
was made over 2,000 years ago with the Great Way War.
Yeah, stuff
Oh
like
my
that.
God.
They only really showed you how to like lock in on the door. Here's 4 lights, and that was the only real scanning that they showed you. I really kind of now wish I scanned everything. Like, I know that's the main feature of Metroid is just having like a journal of all entries, you know?
Yeah,
So-
I was wondering for the longest time if they were even going to bring back scanning, at least in that
Yeah.
form, because like maybe some would argue that in this day and age it would just take too much away from like the main game, or like it would slow down the pacing. I'm glad they kept it in, and it looks.
No, it's great. That's a great legacy feature, and I think that's a fantastic thing to add for Metroid fans because that is a really cool thing. A lot of people like going through the game simply just as a left to right kind of thing. You're finished with the game, you're done. Great, let's go to veteran difficulty. This is a collectible thing, and I like that a lot because I love collectible things. It gives you a reason to go back and play it and see if you missed anything. I'll be sure to probably do that for Metroid Prime 4 when it comes out, but for now it looks like it's just going to be a feature, or at least from my scene, just featured. I'm sure it's going to be probably utilized the full capabilities from the last games.
All right, let's get to the final question, which should have been the first question. Sorry for keep making you wait, Captain Doge 1, but there's a lot of anticipation for this question. Is there a mid-air dash? Now, to preface this, before you answer, Alan, there was a video that came out on Twitter. I forgot from where, but it looked like a mid-air dash was happening. And that caused a little bit of a kerfuffle in the Metroid community. Like, was that a mid-air dash? Was she being propelled by, like, enemy damage or something? But Alan, apparently, has the official answer for us. So,
All right, everybody,
take it away.
dramatic moment. We're going to find out right now. All together now. 1, 2, 3. Yes. There looks to
Are you
be a
serious?
mid-air dash.
Looks to be. Did you do it yourself,
I didn't
Alan?
do it myself.
Oh my
I was
God.
trying. Joey BlueJ landed it. I was in front of him. I saw it. There is a mid-air dash. Okay, so he did the dash during one of the final bosses. He made it a point to point it out to me. He's like, Alan, that was a mid-air dash. There is mid-air dashes. So I think you're going to be able to do it, and they confirmed it with us. If you're in a battle or a fight, you have to lock on the creature, then jump to do a dash. But the double jump did feel really nice. It didn't feel as clunky. I liked it. I thought it looked really fun, double jumping everywhere, because you need as much verticality as you can in some of these fights. For the dash, I could see it really helpful because there are very unique environmental things happening. There's some characters that are above ledges. There's some people that are going to be underneath things, people running at you. It's going to be great. I love that movement is a very big feature in this game. I'm just saying, Joey BlueJ could have heard it from
I
the
mean,
horse's mouth, but it turns out the horse is probably sleeping.
But alas, Joey BlueJ will have to wait to make his FerrisWheelPro debut. I actually
Someday.
don't know if I've had him on the channel yet so far, other than his art. He made my profile picture.
There you go.
Just FYI. Thank you so much for telling me all the secrets of Metroid Prime 4 Beyond.
Definitely check it out if you're not a Metroid fan, if you're still on the fence about it. I feel like this game might be for you if you just want a really nice game to show the capabilities of the Nintendo Switch 2. Definitely pick this one up. I believe this is going to be the one for you.
All right. Thank you so much, Alan. Tell me where I can find you.
Yeah, of course, you could catch me at Alan May Cry on Instagram. That's where I'll be on most of the time. I usually post all of my art. I'm all over California selling my wares at conventions near you.
Yeah, you'll find him with a cloak on saying, "What are you buying?"
What are you selling?
But before we go, I gotta thank my lovely Ferris Wheel members for supporting me and my endeavors. My beautiful Ferris Wheel Pro members. If you want to become a member for yourself for a chance at some early uploads, then be sure to hit that join button.